Okay, we are checking out a live performance from My First Story. This is for the song Reviver. This is their only song that I'm more familiar with. I used to have this on a playlist and would listen to it all the time. And the only other song I checked out from them, I had one comment of someone saying that they wanted to see more of My First Story, so shout out to this person. It looks like this performance was from last year, so I'm definitely excited for this. Before we get started, if there's any other bands, artists, or live performances that you'd like to see in the near future, feel free to comment those down below. And let's dive into it.
まだまだ元気残ってますか？まだまだ元気残ってますか？かかってこい Always you there with me when my real story moves on. We will keep on flying all the time. Stand up. 何回だって失ったものに立ち向かって全部消し去って思い出した
Man, I love the lead guitar in this song. I forgot how good it is and how it's just, there's constant leads throughout this entire song. The melodies in them are just so spot on the entire time. And it's hard to tell so far, but it looks like they might just have one guitarist for this performance. Oh, so good. Yeah, he has really good vocal control. He sounds very comfortable easing up into his higher range a little bit. He did something interesting here on this line. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure the lyric is myself. When he first goes into that second half of the chorus there, he eases up into his head voice a little bit. Very smooth transition, has a lot of control, sounds very comfortable there. And then when he sings the line myself, he starts very light at the beginning of that line and then increases the intensity a little bit more at the end of that note and adds just a tiny bit of distortion in there. I thought that was really cool. So there's another thing that he's doing here, which is he's not conserving his voice by shortening the amount of time that he's holding out those notes. He's holding out those notes full length, but he's under-pronunciating the end of those words, either just as a tactic to reserve on stamina a little bit, or that's just naturally more comfortable how he sings it live. See, it's alive. I will stay alive. He doesn't pronounce the V here. It's myself. I'm pretty sure the lyric there is myself, and he kind of lets the end of those words go. It's not super noticeable, and it's not a bad thing. I just think it's interesting that some vocalists will shorten the amount of time that they hold out those notes. He held out those notes all the way. He just underpronunciated those words a little bit.
Someday I will listen when you come retreat on. Where do you then go and what are you looking for? Talking about something I know.
He also has a gruffer tone in his singing when he's singing the lower stuff in the verses. He's adding a little bit more grit in there. It's not quite full on distortion. You know, when you go up to sing the chorus, you thin your voice out a little bit. He's thickening his voice a little bit during these verses, which I think is really cool. So I don't think anyone in the band are singing those backup lines there. I think they just put them in the tracks. So I don't know if I don't think he has any backup singers. I think it's just him, and then some of the harmonies, and then some of the overlapping lines are just in the tracks. So if he's taken on the brunt of doing all these vocals without anyone else singing backup at all, that's very impressive. So we got a little bit of vocal budgeting there. Or he might have just had to catch his breath a little bit. But he skipped a couple lines there so you could hear the harmonies and what he's getting in the backing tracks. And again, it's not a bad thing. He doesn't have any backup singers. He's singing all this stuff. And this is definitely not an easy song to sing by any means. But he still sounds very comfortable in his higher register for sure.
Just keep looking down into the sky. But do you say no way till you will lose again? You know, I know. Cause I need to put on something now, sure, right, yeah. Your sister shit is the big man. On today, it's just a month in all the other side. Nobody knows the story. I will put it in the end. The story, I'm again.
Love the guitar. Love the bass tone too. Oh yeah, we got the key change. It's coming. Nice. Him singing that end chorus there was extremely impressive because that's a very wordy chorus. There's not really a break in there to like catch your breath or conserve your stamina a little bit. And with the key change, like it's already fairly high and then he takes it up a step there at the end. Let's listen to that one more time. Yeah, you hear how he goes a lot thinner with his voice here. Again, very comfortable for him, but when you can do that, when you can thin out your voice and ease into your head voice a little more, it helps. That alone can help you conserve a lot vocally, especially for live performances. So that's his only means of kind of conserving his voice here. He's not getting any breaks. He doesn't have anyone else singing backup to do like every other line. And then that note, he doesn't even keep that one super thin. He adds a little bit more distortion on that one where he's even yelling it a little bit, but it's still spot on. Again, he doesn't shorten the length of those notes at all. He's holding those notes out, which is very impressive. And you'll also notice his posture during this last chorus as well. Like, I think he's crouched down a little bit, but he's still, you know, back's completely straight. Gets into a more comfortable position so he can just really focus on his technique right here. Yeah, that was extremely impressive. He only skipped a couple lines there in the second chorus, but other than that, he didn't change any of the melodies. You'll see some vocalists live on stage will change melodies of certain sections, or again, their guitar or bass player will sing. They'll trade off lines with the guitar or bass player. He didn't do any of that. He's singing all this shit, and he sounded spot on the entire time. His pitch and tone were top notch for sure. Yeah, this was really cool. I've only seen one of their other music videos. I haven't seen any of their live performances, but that was super tight. And again, love the lead guitars throughout this entire song. They had really good energy. The crowd loves them, obviously. This is a really good song. Thank you guys for watching. If you could like and subscribe, that would be awesome. Also, go check out some of the covers that I've done on my channel, and I will see you in the next one.